Okay guys, I am in activity 125, sketches, extrusions, and revolutions. Oh my. And I'm going to do step number 5 here in Fusion. Class change. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this in Fusion. If I look at this piece I'm going to make, please note that all dimensions are in millimeters. So the first thing I want to do over here in Fusion is I'm going to come over here to my document settings. I'm going to come over to where I can change it, and I'm going to change this to millimeters. Now I'm not checking this set as default because I don't want it to open up in millimeters. It's a rarity that I would use millimeters, so I just want this one time. Going back to the instructions, it wants me to make this piece, and it's going to have me sketch a 20 by 30 millimeter rectangle and revolve it to get that original cylinder. So I'm going to come on here. I am going to choose, if you look, that right there is called the XY plane. I'm going to choose the XY plane, so I'm looking at it from the front when I do this. I'm going to go ahead and put a 2-point rectangle. I am going to start right here at the origin. I think this is a little less work. It is 20 millimeters wide, so I'll type 20 tab 30 because it's 30 tall. I'm going to hit finish sketch, and then I'm going to revolve this. So up here on my toolbar I have the revolve command. I'm going to revolve that. I'm going to come up to select my axis, and I'm going to choose that initial one. You can see what that does. That revolves that in a full circle. With revolution, I don't always have to go to a full circle. I can go 360 degrees, 180. I can type in what I want it to be. Alright, next I want to go ahead and sketch a 10 by 10 rectangle on the top and the middle. Since I am looking, I started this revolution around an axis that was the z-axis coming out there, I'm going to show you the easiest way to center this 10 by 10 rectangle. So I'm going to sketch right on the top of this here. I'm going to create a rectangle, but I am going to come over here in the sketch palette and I'm going to select center rectangle. Now I'm going to lock onto the origin, and you can see it has that rectangle. It locks the center. Then I'll simply type 10 tab 10 and enter. I'll finish that sketch, go back to my isometric to give me a little better visualization, and see that this extrudes up 15 millimeters. Alright, now I'm going to add some fillets. Okay, so I want to add a fillet around here. A fillet, if I get on that line, I right click, I'll be able to show you what a fillet is. I can fillet it like that. It wants the fillet to be 5 millimeters, so I would just draw that out till it says 5, or I do that. Now it wants me to do it all around, so I'm going to cancel, and then I am going to click on that. I'm going to hold the shift button down, click on that. I'll use my navigation cube so that I can get around to the other side, and I'm going to do all 4 at one time. So I'm holding shift and clicking on those. I'm going to then go to right click and hit fillet, and then I'm just going to type 5, and that will fillet that. Fillets, that was a fillet coming out. If I were to fillet this right here, I could fillet it rounded over. We call it a fillet. It is a fillet when we are butchering a fish, but it is a billet in this class. Alright, so I've added a fillet to those. My next step, it wants me to put a chamfer on the bottom. A chamfer is similar to a fillet. Where a fillet rounds over, a chamfer actually cuts it in an angle. So I want a 5 millimeter by 30 degree chamfer at the bottom. Alright, so that is going to be, whoa, hey now, let me go back here home. Alright, I'm going to ease this up a little bit, and then I'm going to come down here, and I just hover over that. I want to get that line. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to chamfer. Alright, now this goes in 5 millimeters, and I do want to control this, so I want to distance and angle to rotate that to 30 degrees. Where now, if I look from that, that is 30 degrees. It started off 45. That would be very low. That would be very small. I want that to be a 30 degree. And I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. At this point, I believe that is all I wanted to do. So I think it kind of looks like a piston to me. All right, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save my design. I would save this as, let's see, what step was this? I apologize. It's number 5, activity 1.2.5. I would locate this. I would go to my project for this class, which is going to be ID version 2425. I got a folder there, and I would save it in here again. Please note I practiced.